I have a couple of questions to ask about this. Okay, so not now. Let's be perfectly transparent with everybody listening to this. None of us have actually played the game.
Oh, but
Correct?
we will.
Oh, we will. This is true. We definitely have something to pick. This can be added to our list of Tony Hawk games that we played on the Game Box.
Donated.
Uh,
I'm not spending any money on
no,
this.
no. Sean fucking bought Tony Hawk Ride,
Yes, I
which
did.
we played here and nearly killed ourselves playing. But this was also okay. So this came out this week to all the fanfare, basically saying that it was a flying piece of shit. With like, I think there were two videos that came out that were like the smoking gun with this one, and one of them was a Eurogamer.net video where they put out an hour's worth of gameplay and had something like 3 to 4 minutes worth of like glitches and fuck ups. And these are not like Red Dead Redemption fuck ups, right? Like, oh, that's funny. You've got the models of like cowboys flying around like eagles because the coding got fucked up.
Yeah.
No, this is you try to go up a ramp, and instead of going up the ramp, you clip through it, or you clip through the floor and go into space.
Was this made by a toddler? Oh, this was made by Tony Hawk, right?
This was apparently it was made by the same team that made Tony Hawk Ride. Now let me ask you guys. Oh, and actually, here's a funny story. So when EA noticed that the Tony Hawk game that came out, Tony Hawk 5, and they did put a 5 on this, so they made it part of the main series of games. This is not like Tony Hawk HD or Tony Hawk Ride. This is a
Fifth
fifth installment of the legendary Tony Hawk series
What
that everybody loves.
Fucking morons.
They put this game out. It sucked. People noticed that it wasn't well. Like that it was
It was slightly ill.
it was on death's
It
door
wasn't
maybe.
well.
It was not feeling so great. And EA said, "Oh, we have a solution to this. We have this wonderful series called Skate. Would you like it for 25% off?"
Yeah. We're gonna fix by giving us more money.
Well done.
Hey, they
EA.
should make
Well
another
played.
one of those. And by the way, you want to talk about entertaining glitches? Skate 3 is majestic. If you have not seen the
It is
Skate 3
so
glitch
much
compilations on YouTube, you're really denying yourself.
It is hilarious.
Well, actually, what I should do,
You should have
just
that
so
in the
you can
background.
you can see, okay, Tony Hawk Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5 Hero
Oh man.
Gamer.
Let's see.
Yes.
Okay, so glitchy mess.
Yes.
Yeah, do the first one.
Yep. It's things are sluggishly moving along here. Oh, and the music is great for this too. All right, so I'm gonna.
Wait, the 2
just-
seconds that I heard were
just-
fucking amazing.
Just wait. Okay, so unfortunately for the people watching on the or listening on after the fact, this is gonna be meaningless.
On
but
SoundCloud?
this is just so you get a sense of how bad this is. Oh my god. And now, this is.
thrilling.
It's like he bounces back through the environment.
This is this is actually just like me trying to skateboard in real life.
It's exact.
I
This is
clip through
accurate.
concrete.
So this was causing quite. And I've actually now, to be fair, this is a compilation of mistakes and problems and fuck ups. But I've seen this game cast live. Yes, and it should be noted, this is a $60 game, by the way, people. And
This is really funny though, because having actually met Tony Hawk in real life quite a few times, like just the fact seeing him do this shit is so funny. And they had to have like mocapped him at some point or
I
something.
know,
Like,
I don't think they
Can I
did
just-
at all.
can I just say-
I don't even think.
Can I just say?
sorry.
Can I just say it's a really bad sign when I go into Google and I search Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5 abortion and I get 85,800 results? That's really bad.
I think Gawker. No. I believe Verge called this game a dumpster fire.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I mean, you never want to like.
All right.
You never want to like, kick developers when they're down. But how does this happen?
I'm gonna start this over and just let
should
it
be
play.
like a
I'm just gonna let
Kickstarter.
it play without the music on. But here's a question to everybody and to the people in the lovely viewing audience.
Do you have the question?
You know what? I can't believe that in 20 and 15, I actually have to ask this question. Somebody thought that it was okay to put this out for $60.
Yeah. And
somebody
will not lose sleep over
somebody
it.
at Activision looked at this and went, "Release this."
Well, I read, and
like,
their
wipes his hands. We're
their
good
statement.
here.
Their statement on the launch was all of like one sentence, and clearly prepped months ago.
Oh yeah, no, they knew this was busted. You don't look at this and go, "How is your game, shaping up? Can I get a look at it?" You don't look at this and go, "Oh, that looks great. We're so psyched. Let's get this out in front of people." No, what you do is when E3 rolls around and you show this game around, you say nothing and pretend it is completely dead. And that is despicable.
This just blows my mind.
It's absolutely despicable because basically what they said is, we don't give a shit about our audience.
Yeah.
We want to make some money back on this. Let's release this. Let's apologize for it being a fucking abortion. We'll patch it as best as we can, and I don't know how you can patch this to make this better. Quite frankly, the people over at the PC version of Arkham Knight are going, "Yay, we're not the shittiest anymore!
Congratulations!" There's a party going on.
We won! It's like this. I can't even look at this anymore. That is ungoddamn forgivable. It's ungoddamn forgivable in 2015. I'm not turning around and going, "Fuck the developers." I'm going back and saying, you need a better apology than, "Oh, sorry, we'll patch it." If that's what you're going to put out for $60, that's despicable.
I mean,
I'm glad it's
like
really using all the power of the PS4 and Xbox One.
Seriously, it looks like a shitty mobile game that some dude in his basement in fucking Russia made.
It looks worse than the HD remake that came out 2 years ago.
Oh God.
And
Give me Tony Hawk 1 and I'll be happy.
It's unfathomable that in 2015.
Unfathomable.
No, it's.
I know, but it's.
I mean,
it's a funny word.
This makes Ride to Hell look like a fucking Renaissance painting.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, Ride to Hell basically retroactively cancels out all video games and made us start over. That was basic. That was Ride to Hell was basically the video game apocalypse, wiping the slate clean. But this looks pretty bad. I think we're gonna bust this out for the game apocalypse.
I definitely think we are.
Crumbs.
Crumbs. What's up, man? I love that you caught me in the middle of my epic rant, brother. Yeah, I mean, I feel like, okay, so I'm not the target demographic when it comes to Tony Hawk. I played the original games. I mean, what's your history? What's your history with the series?
I played
guys?
all of them, beat all of them. Other than the one-offs that they had. I remember playing the first one. I loved it. Immediately bought the second one when it came out. I played through the third one. And I remember, my favorite one was playing the ones with, Johnny Knoxville.
Oh, God, yeah.
Who are the other guys that are all in those?
Those assholes, yeah.
Bam Margera. All those guys are all in those ones. And I loved them because they were funny. They wasn't taken seriously by any means. It was fun gameplay. But this just looks like utter dog shit. You couldn't pay me to play this for free. I would just be like, this is fucking stupid.
And it didn't help their case. Sean, what's your history with these games?
I haven't played a Tony Hawk game since 3, so it's been a while.
Mm-hmm.
But I know when something doesn't fucking work.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
The fact that they didn't do first of all, apparently they didn't do a review session for it. In addition to not sending it to anybody,
I wouldn't.
they
either.
sent it. They sent it. Apparently, they sent
Goat
it out
Simulator.
to. They sent it out to YouTube casters and Twitch casters, but not to reviewers.
That's embarrassing.
To play it, but not to review it.
That's even dumber because people now spend more attention to the YouTubers
Exactly.
and the streamers.
But they don't want something written permanent, like in permanent ink, or written out in fucking the
the
a
annuals
website,
of history,
a gaming website
people
that
are
has
going to care about it for a month.
Yeah, it's like my only theory about all of that is that, well, if somebody makes a YouTube video about it, we still get publicity, whether it's bad or good publicity. But if it's a Metacritic score that says it's a 25%, then we're fucked.
Yeah.
But again, they're not focusing on the fact that the game doesn't work.
They don't care.
And that's a problem.
If they cared, it would have never been released. It would have never been a thing. But nope. We get this bullshit. I can't wait for Tony Hawk Pro Skater 6 though. It's gonna be
there won't be
amazing.
No, it's never.
It's gonna be so good.
This series is dead.
It's gonna be.
This series is deader than dead. This thing has no pulse. The EMTs are arriving on the scene and declaring it dead on site.
Yeah.
I don't think we see another Tony Hawk game again. And the question I want to ask you guys is: yes, EA needs to give us Skate 4. I think. One of the things that doesn't make sense about Tony Hawk anymore is that Tony Hawk hasn't competed in
he's
skating.
Like 50.
Yeah, he's like 40. Yeah, but
He's in his late.
Let's
40s.
not put him in the grave yet, Tanner.
Okay, so 50 is in the grave. The man
says the 26-year-old.
His kids are like, I think his kids are in
skating,
early 20. Like
I think
one of
his
his
kids.
oldest
I think
kids,
one of
like
his kids
17 or 18. Yeah.
Doesn't one of his kids skateboard
Only one of
competitively?
them does. I can never remember their names. I
But-
remember one. I met the younger one.
I don't think you need a skateboard series with Tony Hawk at the front of it anymore.
No.
But I don't know who you put in his place because I don't know that anybody else has the same kind of...
Well, because nobody's as famous in general. Like back when Tony Hawk came out, skateboarding was popular.
Right.
Now it's nobody really cares about it other than the people who are diehard or skaters. But I can't name. I mean, other than the people who I know and who I've worked with when I worked in that industry. I don't know any professionals anymore other than the people who are still there, but nobody new because they're all young. There's new people all the time. Who are they going to put? Nobody's famous anymore. Nobody's going to try to do what is the next one after 10-8? Like when Tony Hawk became famous because he was the first one ever to do
The 900.
He did 900 and for the first time.
That was what he was famous for. And then when people started doing, what was it?
And now there's like 18-year-olds who do this
900,
now. Like 1080. That's fucking snowboarding.
I think I think making another. I don't know if EA has any interest in making any more skate games, and I don't know if the team that made Skate still exists. I don't think it does anymore. So it's just having the license and seeing. Oh no, the studio I think is gone. But I don't. This is for people wanted this game, and to release this and have this be what they give to people and go, it's like, here's the best we could shit out on a Thursday. It's like that,
It's embarrassing. It's disappointing and super embarrassing for everybody involved.
And I wonder from what I've seen of the way the game plays and how it thinks about, putting people together, like being always on, having an open lobby where people are playing multiplayer all the time, having open worlds with very few ramps, with jumps that don't connect to one another, like fundamentally changing the controls of the game in a way that legacy players of Tony Hawk don't understand and doesn't make sense.
Can you imagine playing the paint when like there's paint that game type that they had where you do a trick on a certain surface and then it would paint that color of your character and you play multiplayer? Could you imagine playing it with that engine and how like dog shit that it would be actually really funny because it's so bad that it's like pretty much impossible to do well in it, obviously. I just think that would be funny.
Well, how do you make a skateboarding game where you can't do normals correctly, where you can't
even like physics don't even work?
Yeah.
What are you saying? Like,
No, where you raise the front wheels of the board. It's called
manual.
Manual. That's what I meant. See, I'm not a skateboard
I
person. Where you can't do a manual. I was thinking normal figure. Anyway, you can't do a manual.
Yeah.
Normally.
Yeah.
And you can't, and grinding doesn't work the way it's supposed to work.
I love that scene where he's bouncing between the two.
Doesn't make any sense. And it's just like basic tricks don't work, and linking into other tricks don't work. And it also it neither looks it doesn't look like it either feels realistic enough or silly enough.
I mean, they could easily take it the route and they could make it more silly and it could be fun, but it's just broken. It's just plain broken.
And I don't know if this has been disproven, but apparently there's like a 100 megabyte file on the disc, or like there's like a 1 gigabyte file on the disc, and the first patch has the rest of the game on it.
Of course, that makes sense.
If that's true, that's fucking
because
shameful.
like fuck you kind of thing.
I don't know, Sean. What does Papa Sean have to say about all of this? What do you have? Drop your knowledge on the internet.
I can't wait to play it. And we have to make sure when we play it, we play the unpatched version.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
2-player, 2 versus 1v1. Who is the ultimate Tony Hawk?
How do they fix this? Can they fix this? I just don't think there's any way.
No, you just walk away from it and hope everyone forgets about it.